Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Crimson Diamond. Okay, so I'm back here retracing my steps a bit because a viewer filled me in on the secret, on the thing that I was missing in the previous video. So just before I get started, I did get some feedback from another person who asked me to turn up the game audio. I guess the game was a bit quiet, and somebody said, at the towards the end of the previous video when I turned up the music or turned up the sound because of the music, it was at a good level. So I'll leave it where it was. It's significantly louder than it was before, so hopefully that will allow folks to hear the game a bit better. Sorry if it was a bit quiet in the first two videos. But I'm here back in the dining room right after supper because there is something that I discovered or that a viewer filled me in on. So let's go ahead and retrace our steps. What did we do here? I looked at these guys. So I looked at Evan and Nathan, and then I talked to them. So I talked to both of them, and yeah. Okay, so that's fine. So what the secret was, so K Panic was correct in observing that, what was it? Yeah, that Evan and Nathan are meeting in the study after dinner. Funny how here it says dinner, but previously the game called it supper. Anyway, so when we went to the study here, which is this room here, there's no one here. The trick is, and I'm not sure exactly how you're supposed to figure this out because the game didn't signpost this very well. It's somewhat non-obvious to me. I mean, I guess you could figure it out if you really wanted to, but it was a bit, it's going a bit in a bit of a different direction. The game has been pretty good about introducing us to game mechanics. Like it gave us a pretty good hint that we need to find something to listen at doors with, and that's why we got that drinking glass. But the trick here is we need to hide behind this tapestry. That's not something that I would have really figured out. I mean, maybe if I had really thought about it for a while, I might have chanced upon the idea, but the game did not hint at that very well. So thank you to Liam Downward 5902 for filling me in. That is the secret here. After dinner, you hide behind the tapestry. You stealthily slip behind the tapestry. And here they come. Look, I don't know what else to tell you. My father and your father had an agreement. This doesn't change anything. But what if they find diamonds? What happens to the agreement then? No one's found any diamonds here. Nothing changes. We'll see what we can do about that nosy Belgian. And Margot? How many times we gotta go over this? She's my gal, all right, but a promise is a promise. When I'm gone, this land's going back to you and your family. Simple as that. We've been promised many things in the past. None of them came to pass. A promise is a promise. We'll see. What about your sister? Nessa? Yeah, that's a complication. I'll figure something out. Just don't do anything rash, got it? I'm deeply concerned. Yeah, get on out of here, why don't you? I'll be seeing you, Evan. Uh-huh. They shake hands. There's this sort of appearance of it all being very, I mean, it's interesting how it could, I mean, a note is added to your notebook. So the note in the notebook is, yeah, Evan's father promised lodge and lands to Nathan's family after Evan dies. So there you go. That's the intrigue. That's what we were supposed to see here. It's interesting, I guess, to kind of think about, is Evan trustworthy or not? I think I said in the previous video, Evan seems like a very gruff guy, but maybe he's not as bad as, he's not necessarily a bad guy. He's just kind of not very strong on social interaction, not very, I think it's Garth Brooks saying, not big on social graces. But that doesn't mean he's a bad person. Doesn't mean he's dishonest necessarily. So the question kind of here becomes, can Evan be trusted? Is he trustworthy? Like, is he just, a kind of a gruff guy who is at least honest and will keep his word? Or is he just a total jerk who's going to, go back on his word when he gets the chance. I don't know. It kind of reminds me of all these things where people kind of say, did this really happen, or what's this person really like? Did Han shoot first, or is Deckard really a replicant, or stuff like that? I mean, the obvious answer is there's no real answer because these are fictional characters. If they're fictional characters, you can't really reach any conclusions about them because they never existed to begin with. So is Evan a trustworthy person? Well, no, because he's not a person. He's a fictional character. So whatever he does, whatever he's going to do, is a consequence of what Julia wrote for him as as a designer, as a writer. But anyway, so that's what we were missing. So what I wanted to do was make a saved game where I actually just could skip all the rest and go right back to where we were. But I didn't do that because I was too lazy. So let's just kind of backtrack a bit and see where we're at. So Jack is here washing the dishes. Going to help him with that in a bit. That's the dining room there, and right, this is where we eavesdropped on these people here. So we eavesdropped on these folks, and we can actually could have pressed escape to skip that. I should have pressed escape. Anyway, so we eavesdropped on those people. And we come here and look at Corvus and talk to Corvus. Look at Nessa and talk to Nessa. And then I think, what else did we have? Yeah, I wanted to. Let's see. Did I miss anything? I think, yeah, was it around at this time that I think we saw Margot in the bathroom upstairs, wasn't it? Can't miss that. Even though I don't think it's a game-changing conversation, it probably doesn't. Oh, this time Margot was in the bathtub. That's interesting. Last time she was sitting on the edge of it and just kind of dipping her hand into the water. But this time she's really in the. Well, my. So yeah, again, it talks about how she's attired in a pink damask and an ivory lace dress, but she's obviously not. She's naked in the bath. She's soaking in her bath. But if we talk to her, I think we have the water. The water is very soothing on my joints. Perhaps the change in weather is causing me some aches. Get into bathtub. Margot seems like a gracious hostess, but that's going a bit far. Well, she invited us in last time. No thanks. All right. She's okay with getting into the bathtub with her, but she is not amenable to kissing. All right, anyway, so we did that, and all right, let's go ahead and get back downstairs, and we will help Jack with the dishes, and I think that's pretty much... So can we talk to Jack here? He's busy with the dishes. All right, so let's go ahead and wash the dishes. And this is where he talks about all the stuff that he has to do. Right. And I think what I did last time is I got a plate from the cupboard, didn't I? Wait, this is where the saucepan is. Where was the plate that we got? Must have been somewhere. Drinking glasses and pots and pans. No, where's the, where is the, more pots and pans. Where's the plate? We got a plate last time. Here we go. Here's plates and... Oh yeah, and the pipe. Alright, good. We got a plate. And that pipe, I don't think we could do anything with the pipe, could we? Get the pipe. Open pipe. Break pipe. Drain pipe. Okay. So, that's right. So we did all this, and then we went upstairs to eavesdrop on Jack and Margot, and I think that was the end. Yeah. Listen at door with glass. Alright, I'm just going to skip that because we already... Alright, yeah. So... And here we have this cutscene where the bridge blows up. Chapter 2, excursions. Okay, so we've seen this already. So what did I do at the beginning of day 2? I think I didn't do anything in this room. There wasn't anything to do here, was there? Oh yeah, Margot is here, and if we talk to her, she says she's feeling a bit under the weather. That's right, she says she wasn't feeling very well. Okay, it's fine. So, we did have a couple of places to eavesdrop. Yeah, one of them was here. Right, and this is all stuff that we already had before, and if we talk to these people, they just don't really... You're still here? Oh yeah, and over here we had the same thing. Listen with the glass. And I think this conversation is not changed by the fact that we heard Evan's conversation with Nathan last night. Right, okay. So there was that, and right, and since they're gone now, I did take the opportunity to check Albert's room, and the only thing that I found here that seemed to be of any note was the book. Can we examine the book with the loop, or did I try this already? Okay. By the way, on the previous video, LudicerX did speculate a bit on why the game says well done for checking out the book and noting that the book is brand new. I'm not going to reveal the details here because they might be spoilers. I think that what Ludicer said was actually not anything that he knows factually, but just his suspicions, something that he surmised about why it's important that the book is new. He said a lot of things which... If he's just talking off the top of his head, like if he literally just kind of guessed at those things, then that's pretty impressive because I think he figured out the whole... I think he figured out how the game is going to end, like how the whole rest of the game goes, like what all the plot twists are just based on the fact that the book is new. So credit to him for good deduction ability, but I'm not going to say what he said. You can read his comment if you're curious about what he guessed. And he might be right, he might be wrong. I don't know. I don't know how this game ends. I don't know how the plot of this game works. I've not played this game before, but he figured it out pretty well, just based on the fact that the book is new. That seems like a bigger hint than I would have imagined it would be. So let's see. So up here we have not much going on here. There's nothing here in this room, I don't think. Here's Evan in the study. Jack's waiting outside. Hop to it. Yeah, take care of yourself. I think there was nothing much here going on. I guess that's it. I guess then we go and do that long cutscene. Yeah, okay, let's go ahead and do this long cutscene where we leave, and then we find out that... I'm just going to press escape to skip that. All right. So, right. And so Nancy lists the 4 things that she will need, and she says that, Right, and then she says that we should look at the plate. So let's go ahead and take a look at this plate that we're carrying, because this is how we figured out that the streak has a Mohs hardness of 6.5, and that's basically how we fulfilled one of the 4 things that we need for her field work. So, okay, I think now I can finally save here and ready for outdoors, I'll say. Actually, this is a good time to go outside, because I wanted to go outside in the previous video, but I did not. So now we can finally enjoy being outside here with this lovely music playing. So which way should we go first? Should we go left on the path, or should we take the path less traveled? I wonder how far this forest goes. I want to see how far this forest goes, and instead I said how fast. Combination of far and forest, I guess. So we can't go to the right from here. Can we die here?
Oh, I'd better be careful and not stray too close to the raging river.
Okay. Well, this is very un-Sierra-like. The game is not letting us kill ourselves in the waterfall here. This is nice. There's a jetty here overlooking the rushing river. Cattails on the riverbed, and there's a rotting log laying on its side. A dirt path leads north of the forest, which leads to the ridge and east to the waterfall. Well, we know what to do with rotting logs, right? From King's Quest 1. Look inside the log. It's full of moss and gross bugs. And a little metal whistle. Did you take the whistle? Oh, Nancy, you're going to make us take... Alright, fine. Can we get the moss? It looks soft, but not all that useful. Come on, it's an adventure game. You never know when moss might come in useful. Maybe we'll have to plug a pipe with it. Can we get some bugs?
No, thanks.
Alright, let's get the whistle. You take the duck call from the rotten log. Cool, it's a duck call. Ah! It's a metal reed duck call with a carved wooden case. The words F.A. Allen Monmouth Ill are stamped into the duck call. I'm going to assume that's Illinois and not ill something else, although I guess it could be something else. My first thought was that it's Illinois, which is obviously a state in the United States of America, but actually I guess it could be something else. It could mean something else, couldn't it? Let's see.
Oh, I better be careful not stray too close to the edge of the jetty.
Oh. Well. Oh, you weren't ready for this jetty.
I don't think you're ready for this jetty.
Heed warnings and stay away from dangerous bodies of water. I like how it repeatedly refused to let me kill myself on the waterfall screen. But on this... Oh, wow. That's nice.
I can't leave yet. I haven't accomplished my goals.
Well... Alright. When did that ever stop a person? Alright, so we can actually kill ourselves here, but not here. Alright, fine. Look in log. Let's get that whistle. I'm going to assume that blowing... It's not really a whistle, it's a duck call. Can we blow it? Put the duck call to your lips and blow with an exclamation mark. Wow, it's so exciting. Alright, nothing happened. That was a pretty nice sound effect of a duck call. Oh wow, this whole... It's kind of funny, the whole building sort of... That's... interesting. I don't know how I feel about that. It was nice when the game does it with the doors, when doors kind of become invisible like that. But doing it with this whole little shack, it's just a bit odd. It just looks a little bit bizarre when it kind of becomes an outline like that. I mean, I understand why Julia did that. It's so that you can see where Nancy is when she's behind it. Because Sierra Adventures often have this problem where you can't really see where you're walking when you're behind a building like this. So I understand this is a solution for that. It's not necessarily a bad solution. It just looks odd. I don't know how I feel about that. It looks kind of weird. What's inside here? Okay, not much. Couple of boats, couple of... oars. Actually, no, a couple of boats and 4 oars. 4 oars is not really a couple. Well, a couple can also mean a few. Sometimes people say a couple to mean a few, but technically a couple is supposed to be 2 of something. The interior of the boathouse smells damp, which is no surprise. Canoes and oars. Door, do you see a tackle box? I'm going to guess that I can't take an oar. You prefer walking. And that I can't take a canoe. You don't need the canoes. But can I open the tackle box? Going to assume that the tackle box looks like it might have something inside. The dusty, grimy tackle box. It's empty except for a hammer. Hey. Cool. Cool, it's well, I have this for helping get rock specimens. Okay, so now we have 2 of the things that we needed for our field work. We have the strike plate and we have the little hammer. It doesn't benefit from closer examination. All right. Cool. We are rocking. We're halfway there. Oh, here's Kimmy. I feel like this might be just a bit unrealistic. I feel like wild birds might not be this calm about having a human this close to their nests, because animals in general are extremely protective of their nests. And if any foreign, like unknown creature gets this close to their nests, they would freak out. They would either attack the intruder, or in extreme cases, they might actually abandon their nests, but they wouldn't just be sitting there in their nest chilling while Kimmy's there doing whatever she's doing. But oh well. There's a steep cliff here with a rather scenic waterfall flowing from hidden crevices. The cliff face hosts a thriving colony of what do you assume are double-crested cormorants. They clearly enjoy nesting here. You can see the boathouse is here, and the faint indication of the carriage house to the north. Kimmy is here. She's intently watching the cormorants, sitting up on the cliff face. Her suitcase is beside her.
She couldn't even wait to stow her luggage back in our room. Wow, she's keen.
Let's get the suitcase. Please leave my luggage alone.
Oh, hi, Nancy. I didn't see you there.
All right. You imagine the double-crested cormorant would raise a bit of a fuss if you tried to put it in your pocket. Reasonable conclusion. Oh, hey, here's Albert doing his thing. You reach the western limit of the property. To the north, you can see the carriage house. The roar of rushing water to the south. East leads deeper into the woods. There's a huge boulder here. Albert is here. He's studiously examining the glacial erratic. He has his kit beside him.
Good morning, Mr. Rispa. How are you today?
I'm very busy, Miss.
Maple?
Miss Maple, I'm very busy, as you can see. The fieldwork must be comprehensively performed.
Well, maybe that boulder isn't a good place to start. It looks to be a glacial erratic and...
Excuse me, young lady. Are you trying to tell me my business? How amusing. Run along, then. Maybe you can help Jack in the kitchen. I would normally dismiss this as irrelevant, but keeping in mind what Ludicer said, I think he might be onto something. I think he might be onto something with that. Okay. So does this disappear if I walk behind it too? Yes, it does. All right. Can I open this door? Oh. Okay, the large double doors are locked. I wasn't really expecting her to... All right, well, she tried. You open the carriage house door, and inside we have basically like an almost exact copy of a similar room from the Colonel's bequest. So it appears the carriage house was once used as a stable. The stall is empty, but there are some old hay bales being stored on the upper level. North leads to gazebo, east to the lodge, and south eventually leads to the river. Can I climb this ladder? Climb up the ladder. Can I fall from down here? No, I can't. No. All right, so there's some hay up here. Look at the hay. Even a city girl such as yourself can tell that these hay bales are old and dusty. It seems there hasn't been much need for them in a long time. Can I get some hay? Hay is for horses, that is true. Examine hay with the loop. I mean, I guess if you can tell with the naked eye that it's old and dusty, then you probably wouldn't need the loop to tell you that. This animation of Nancy climbing up and down the ladder could have been just a bit faster. Could have been just a bit. You can see noteworthy on the shelf. All right, that's fine. Closed door. I don't know why I'm suddenly closing this door. I've left all the doors open. I don't know why I'm just suddenly being so neat and tidy and closing that door now. All right, so up here is a little gazebo. There is a huge gazebo here. Maybe it's a bandstand. It's built close enough to the lodge to be convenient and far enough away not to disturb guests in their rooms with sounds of revelry. The lodge is to the east and the carriage house is to the south. It's funny that they say it's a huge gazebo because I honestly don't feel like it's that huge. I mean, it seems like a pretty normal size to me, to be honest. Well, you're uncertain whether or not this is a gazebo or a bandstand. You know, it's definitely not a pergola. Okay. All right. You win. I'm gonna go to the dictionary. What is a pergola? A framework in the form of a passageway of columns that supports a trellis-work roof used to support and train climbing plants. Yeah, and it's actually... You can't see the picture on Wikipedia. Not Wikipedia, Wiktionary. There's a I'm on Wiktionary. There's a picture, actually, but it's like a... Yeah, it's like a... Like an archway almost over a path. It's not a... Not really, yeah, it's not really a roofed thing. It's more like something meant for plants. It's more meant for climbing plants than for humans to take shelter under. And what exactly is a bandstand? You know, I've heard the word bandstand, but if you ask me what does it mean, I couldn't really tell you what a bandstand is. So let's find out. A small open-air platform or enclosure for bands to play on, usually roofed. Okay. Yeah, the picture does look kind of like this, actually. So I guess she's just saying maybe it's a bandstand because it's a little bit larger than a gazebo would be. Like, what's a gazebo? I mean, I guess I have an idea of what a gazebo is. I mean, this is a gazebo, but just to get a dictionary definition, a gazebo is, a belvedere. Gosh, what is the belvedere? Okay, belvedere is a word I've not heard before except in the context of Mr. Belvedere, you know, that TV sitcom. Either a type of summer house or a roofed, detached, porch-like structure, usually in a yard, park, or lawn. Okay, what's a belvedere? A turret or other raised structure offering a pleasant view of the surrounding area. Man, okay. All these words. It has woods on it. Okay. The gazebo has a red roof and is painted bright white. You can imagine it was the site of much entertainment and celebration, but no longer. Okay. So this outside area is not as big as I first thought. At first I thought, wow, is this going to be like Quest for Glory, where I just have like this huge outdoor area to explore, but I guess not. So here we have the west side of the house, cobbles and paths, west of the gazebo, south here is the front side of the lodge, north is dense forest, and we can't go there. This little chair here, a bench. There's a low layer of softened earth in front of the bench that looks like it gets muddier on wetter days. Examine the mud. It is firm and covered with lush grass. No. Within the dense forest, the ground is softer and moisture gathers in low areas, particularly around the bench where sitters' feet over the years have created a depression in the earth. Let's look at that depression. Examine depression with the loop. I wonder if I'm assuming that's significant because of the way the game mentions it. Listen at door with glass. Can we listen at this door? The exterior doors are too thick to hear what's going on beyond them. Okay, so we cannot eavesdrop from the outside. I thought that might be the case. I thought it was worth a try, but okay. So we can't eavesdrop from the outside. So there's the front section of the house. What about these plants? Are these plants significant or just window dressing? You don't see anything noteworthy? Okay, I thought maybe these berries or something that we could pick, but I guess not. All right. Okay. And if we come over here, so yeah, we've already been, we haven't been here, have we? Oh, maybe we have. Yeah, we've been here. We passed through this area before. Okay. All right, so, what do we have here? This apple orchard looks like it's in the process of being harvested. Ripe red apples hang in the trees and litter the ground beneath them. You see a bushel and a tree stump with an axe buried in it. All right, this tells us about other places we can go. Can I get the axe? Don't get any funny ideas, Nancy. Besides, you doubt you could pull it out. All right. Can we get the bushel? How bothered would Jack be if he came back to this shore and the basket was missing? Maybe not very bothered. Maybe it wouldn't be that traumatic.
These look like the very tart apples that hurt my teeth. Good for pies, but not for eating.
All right. They might still be useful as inventory items in an adventure game. All right. I passed by here and didn't explore this building for some reason because I was so eager to explore the rest of the outdoors that I didn't think to actually look inside here, but I should probably take a look inside this building since I'm here. The smokehouse is small, but looks like it gets the job done. A gate close to the ceiling is blackened by wood smoke. Actually, what is a smokehouse? These are all things that I'm not familiar with because I've never lived in a place where these were used. A smokehouse is a structure used to smoke food to preserve it and add flavor. Okay. The more you know. Okay, so it's a place where you see the orchard to the north, the Fourth Leaf Clearing to the west, and the river to the south. Okay, so this is a place where people would smoke food to add flavor to it. Okay. What have we here? An array of smoked meat and fish are hanging to dry and cure. A work table with a deeply scratched work surface against one wall. You see a big bag of salt, a barrel, and a large pot. Can we get the pot? Jack wouldn't like that. Well, all right. Can we get some salt? Bag of rock salt is folded closed. Really? Open the bag. You open the bag of rock salt. Is it really this complicated? You scoop a handful of rock salt. Well done. All right. Close the bag. Gosh. And a barrel. I guess that's this thing here. Look at the barrel. So it might be a pickle barrel or a barrel for salted meat. Open barrel. You certainly can't pry it open with your bare hands.
And there's no real need for me to open it.
Do I have anything that I can pry with? Maybe that hammer. Hammer doesn't really... You don't really pry with a hammer. I mean... If it's a claw hammer, it would have, like that claw on the back that you can use to kind of pry things, but this doesn't appear to be a claw hammer. It's just like a regular hammer without a claw on it. But I can still try to open the barrel with the hammer. It yields no result. All right, can we get some meat? The temptation to take the meat and snack on it constantly is very strong. You overcome it. All right. All right. I think we've already explored most of the outdoor environment in this game, but let's see. There's something else up here. What is this? Oh yeah, we should try going into that cellar at some point. Let's try that now. Before we go back to that other place, let's try opening the cellar. And what? Open door? The cellar door is locked. All right. Okay, so we cannot get in there yet, but we'll probably get in there later. So can I guess I can't. Come on. Just want to see if I can go anywhere else from here before I start exploring this room. I'm just curious how extensive this environment is. I guess this is it. I think this might be the last outdoor screen. So, okay, let's take a look at what we've got here. There's a garden shed here as well as a well-tended vegetable patch and a water pump. Bird amenities include a bird bath, bird feeder, and a bird house. So north is impassable wall of dense forest and bush, east impassable wall of dense forest and bush. When you look west, you can see the lodge, and to the south, you can see the orchard. Okay. So this water pump... The blue water pump probably comes in handy for watering the vegetable patch and refilling the bird bath. Get some water. Pump water. All right. The water pump works. Get some vegetables. You wouldn't dare. What? Come on. All right. Look at the birdhouse. It's mounted on a tree. Oh, the thing on the birdhouse is this thing here. Open the birdhouse. Doesn't seem to work. All right. Look at the bird bath. The white marble bird bath is mounted on a pedestal. Get bird bath. You briefly contemplate bearing the burden of the marble bird bath, but ultimately decide against it. All right. Look at the bird feeder. Here's the long pole. Probably keep the squirrels out. That does not work. Having the bird feeder on a pole like this does not prevent squirrels from getting to it, unless it's a metal pole. And actually, even if it were a metal pole, squirrels would probably figure out how to jump on it from a tree or something. What does work is having it... I think the way that people actually effectively keep squirrels from raiding bird feeders is you have it in an open area so squirrels can't jump onto it from a nearby tree. And you cut like a circle of metal, like... I think we cut like a piece of aluminum or something, and you kind of wrap it around the bird feeder, so it's like a disc of metal around the pole so that squirrels can't climb it. That's what we did when we had a bird feeder as a kid, when I was a kid, and I think that worked most of the time, although maybe some particularly adventurous squirrels managed to somehow get around the metal plate, but that was a rare thing. Can I get some bird feed? No. Open door. What's inside here? There's clean orderness. There's a table and a stool. A shelf in the back holds various gardening tools. A length of rope hangs from a nail in the wall. Gonna guess that we need that rope. You take the rope. For some reason, Nancy's not worried about Jack missing the rope. She doesn't say, "Ooh, Jack wouldn't like that if the rope went missing." The rock salt appears fairly unremarkable. A sturdy length of rope. Oh, as expected, the rock salt is composed of irregularly shaped crystals, but are generally cubic in shape. They are whitish to colorless.
Some of the crystals appear irregularly shaped, more octahedral than cubic, but salt is fairly brittle and is water soluble, so they can be just about any shape.
Well done. The hempen rope is right-laid and three-stranded. I guess that's as opposed to left-laid and with a different number of strands in it. Okay, can I get this shovel? We believe having this type of tool could be handy for your field work. This one is a bit bulky to be carrying around. Look at the shelves. All sorts of garden-related miscellany. Plant food, pesticides, herbicides, seeds, pots, a spray bottle, watering can, and a lantern. It looks particularly useful except for the trowel hanging on a nail. Let's get the trowel.
Terrific, now I can dig at the riverbank for specimens.
Right, so a trowel is, yeah, a little mini shovel like this. The trusty garden trowel is a well-turned wooden handle that fits nicely in your hand. You conclude this will be this will be perfect for digging the riverbank for specimens. Okay. Examination reveals the cutting edge has chunks taken out of it. You're a little surprised at this, but the area is known for garnet mines after all. Okay, so this is a well-worn, well-used trowel. So what are we missing? I think we needed 4 things, right? We needed a pick, a hammer, a small shovel, and a streak plate. So we have the plate, we got the small shovel, that's this trowel that we just got, we got the hammer before, so all we're missing now is a pick. Okay, and then we need to get 3 samples from sources outside. And yeah, I guess then we'll be ready to conduct some field work. Are we done here? What's that on the table? Sort of imagine highly you conclude they were probably not a set. There's a box of flypaper on the table. Hey, let's get some flypaper. That's right. Jack said we'll get some flypaper tomorrow. Well, okay. I thought we just wanted one strip of it. Nancy took the whole box. Well done. She's always worried about saying, "Oh, people are going to miss that. People won't like it if I take that." And then I wanted to take like one strip of flypaper, and she took the whole box of it. All right, so we have some flypaper. A new box of flypaper with a drawing of an unsettlingly large fly on the front. There's a very small label on the side of the cover.
The box feels a bit light.
Does that mean it's empty? The label sports a skull and crossbones. Thanks to your loop, you can read, "Danger contains arsenic. Do not eat." Arsenic, you say? That's probably going to be significant. And I guess that concludes our video. So, thanks for watching, everyone. This has been Continuing Adventures of the Crimson Diamond. I will talk to you in the next video. Until then, take care, everyone. Bye-bye for now.